Ekkooti yasalawo nti abantu tebalina abatali ba magye tebalina kukozesebwa mu kkooti etali ya magye. It was decided by court that people that are not soldiers are not supposed to be charged in the military court in the Kabaziguruka case. But up to now, Owinyidoro is being used by Museveni as usual to hold the people in a military court. But I can tell you, Owinyidoro, take an example of Mama Mbabas. He brought the public order management law. He was the first victim. Make sure you're not a victim of that military court one day. But again, as a trained lawyer, as a person well respected, we think you're supposed to be, presiding over a justice system, not an injustice system. The message that comes from Machete, Kalanzi, Kato, Nabalala, Baba Gambi mbere bagumu. Baba Gambi bote bagenda kukiriza misango gye batazza. Tebagenda kukiriza misango gye batazza. Naye nga temonna kuba ngalo mubabeererewo, muberenga mubogerako, temukiriza nsonga yaabwe kusirikiza. Bano bamagala Museveni tabatadde kubanga yagala nnyo bata, kubanga temuzikizza. Demand for them because they are innocent. Demand for them. Also, they sent a message to leaders. They've been watching with excitement the attention that was drawn when Dr. Kizza Besigye was illegally arraigned in the military court. They hope the same attention will go to these ordinary citizens. Balabye abakulembeze bangi nga mwe muli n'abafa aba NUP nga bagenze mu court martial eyo ne bagamba kale singa aba bakulembeze abo ababatwa nga yensonga lwaki bali mukomera singa bajja ne mu court martial omuli abantu abo ababulijjo. Tuva gulunga tugamba twagala abantu baffe mute abantu baffe kubanga tebalina musango. I salute you brothers and sisters that are able differently. We are together in a new Uganda. You will never feel disabled. You will never feel different. You will only feel special. Omusajja oyo umalumagala. Fena twewunya nnyo nze personally neewunya nnyo nga bamukutte. Ebiseera ebimu nga bagamba nti Same Okanya bamukutte teweewunya. Ogamba oyo Same baadde tebayinza butamunoonya. Ne bagamba nti Rubongo yabamukutte teweewunya. Oga Rubongo yasomera nnyo abasajja abo. Naye oyo umalumagala y'omu ku basajja abasiraamu bemanyi abali decent, abakakamu, abempisa, abantu balamu. So olaba bakwata umalumagala ne bamusaako emisango egyo tewali ali safe. Nsanyuse n'okulabako maama munnange omwana wo nga bwe wamukuza bw'ali wampisa si muyaayi si mukozi wa ffujjo. Era naffe baali nabo tetuli bakozi ba ffujjo, tetuli bantu babi, wabula aba batiitiza aba bakafiiri be bakyamu. Naye one day Katonda ajja tukkiriza tusuuke tuve mu mbeera eyo. That is how we get the experience, and what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Never give in to the negativity. One day we shall look back and smile, and we shall have a story to tell. Endurance and perseverance, the harder the squeeze, the sweeter the juicy. Where there's no pain, there is no gain. Victory never come easy. Remember in life there are ups and downs. Never give in to the dictatorship, no. Bagambye nti si be bokka newankubadde aba NUP bokka be basinga okwogerwako, naye bangi nnyo. Wali abantu abamaze ku rimandi mu kkooti y'amagye emyaka 10, myaka 8, myaka 7 nga tebawozesebwa na kuwozesebwa. Eyo kkooti y'amagye kati ekozesebwa nga tuulu, nga kyakulwanyisa okunyigiriza abantu. Mukayanira ettaka n'omuntu akuteekako ekisango mu kkooti y'amagye ne bakusika n'obeerayo ogenda okujja nga n'ettaka lyo baalitunda emirundi mingi. Mukayanira mukazi akussaako omusango mu kkooti y'amagye n'ebirala ebifaanana bwe bityo. Bakivumirira. Basaba bannayuganda mwenna muveeyo mwogere ku nsonga eno, mwogere ku nsonga ey'okusibiranga abantu abatali basirikale mu kkooti ey'amagye ne babakumira mu kkomera. Saabalamuzi Owinyi Ddolo Mumulaba, Owinidolo betrayed the people of Uganda. He betrayed our judiciary. He sold it out. Because he knows that it is him that is holding back. The government was defeated in the Court of Appeal, in the Constitutional Court. Kakati nebagenda mu Supreme Court. Naye omusango ogwo bagutuddeko. It's interesting to know that we have up to 12.4% of our population living with challenges. By now, we are supposed to be living better and relating better, well knowing that these are conditions that you don't give a timeline. I'm proud myself to have known that way before. As you know, even when I was still ghetto president, you remember that my vice president was a person abled differently. We believed that, we still believe that. We know that you deserve better, which you don't get. The Baganda say, obulema tebujjadda. Here where we are, we have friends who 2 years ago were full-bodied, so to say. But today, many of them have lost their limbs, some have lost their eyes, some are now mentally challenged. I mean, Eddie Mutwe cannot claim to have all his fingers together. So, all of us here are candidates of disability, especially when we are facing this brutal regime. So it's important that we continue educating even those ones that have not appreciated it, that these fellow citizens have to be given a feeling of equality and equity as they live in this, our country. Well, for now, we are just saying that. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me today, on a day celebrating people with disabilities, the people I would like to say they're able differently, that all is not lost. We have a plan in a new Uganda, a plan where you will be equally represented, equally treated, where you will feel equal, and not just equality, but equity. That we know because you are one huge part of the population, one huge productive part of our population. We've seen these things before. I mean, in the past, those that went, my brother Nubian Lee here, went to Shimoni Demonstration School. But they had a section of children abled differently. He had a classmate who was blind. He had a classmate who was deaf. But this classmate in our culture, unfortunately, we have a very derogative name for people that have hearing challenges. Abantu abatawulira. Netwesanga nga tubayita bakasiru. Naye yali tawulira, basomanga ne banubia ninga yabakulembera. Katumuyite ki? So, these are things that we have to deal with. And it's not new, it has been there. Those schools were there, now Shimoni is no more. I don't know what's happening today. One day I was with my wife at campus and we met her OB. The OB was blind, but they went to the same primary school in St. Helens. Now we don't have that anymore because we have a government that is not sensitive to certain parts of the population. Ladies and gentlemen, that ends with these old people, and the new Uganda begins with us, you and me. This goes in many other areas where inclusiveness is not respected. I want to remind you that among our values, inclusiveness is top on the agenda.